This is Channel 8 WMTW. Maine's total weather and news continues.
A Maine man facing charges in connection to a Massachusetts shooting spree heads to court today. The charges against him and what we know about his mental health.
City officials here in Portland say they'll introduce a travel ban to places where they say have discriminatory laws. I'm Norm Carcos here at City Hall. We'll tell you what Mayor Ethan Strimling has in mind today.
A somber back to school for students at Lake Region Middle School heading back without one of their favorite teachers. The tribute planned today for late science teacher Adam Perron. Welcome back to Maine's Total Weather News this morning. I'm Christina Frank.
Good morning. I'm Megan Torgerson. It's Monday, April 25th. Let's get a first check of Maine's total weather with meteorologist Ted McInerney. Good morning, Ted. Typically, I'm not a big fan of cliches, but I think if the shoe fits, right?
Okay.
Say it ain't snow.
Say it ain't snow. I can't say anything to that.
Wah, wah.
Wah, wah. No, but you know what? Snow is not. I guess it's beyond the average. Last snowfall as well a few weeks ago on April 6th. So we're at April 25th and we're talking about snow. Absolutely. Here's a live look with our Auburn Sky Cam as you're looking at conditions pretty quiet right now. Let's look at our 8 to 8 and plan your day for you today as we head on out. The temperatures right now are going from the low to mid 40s at 8 a.m. warming up quickly with that spring sunshine here in late April now. 55 degrees at 11 a.m. and by 2 o'clock some high wispy clouds, a high of 60. Then the temperatures drop like a rock overnight, and then when our precipitation moves in, you know what that's going to do. It's going to be cold enough to sport some snow. 32 in Portland, 27 Wiscasset, 28 in Freiburg at this hour. We do have those rain showers out in New York State, but it's this system that's going to continue to dive southward, and that's what we're looking at here. So the winds outside right now pretty calm, but during the day today they're going to gust a little bit more, and that's why dry conditions and gusty winds, a red flag warning from 10 to 6 today. We'll be talking much more about your forecast and your exclusive 8-day forecast coming up in 10 minutes.
Ted, thank you. This morning, deputies remain on the scene of a structure fire in Hiram. Firefighters responded just after midnight to a building on Sebago Road. No word yet on any injuries, and dispatchers say they're not aware of any road closures right now. State Fire Marshal's office will investigate today. Now, this is a developing story. We'll bring you more information as soon as we get it. The New Hampshire firefighter accused of starting a brush fire that forced dozens of people out of their homes faces a judge. 31-year-old David Plant is scheduled to be arraigned today. Right now, he's facing one charge of arson, but other charges are expected. The fire started Thursday in Stoddard, burning 190 acres and leading to the evacuation of 17 homes. Plant remains in custody this morning.
Be careful with your smoking materials and with your fires. Make sure you get permission to see if you can even burn before you do burn.
Forest and fire officials now saying a discarded cigarette is likely the cause of a wildfire that burned more than an acre of land near Bangor on Sunday. The fire broke out at around 11:30, shutting down Griffin Road for a while. It took forest rangers and local agencies about 4 hours to put the flames out. They say no homes or buildings fortunately were damaged. The investigation continues. Across the state, a red flag warning for fire risk goes into effect today beginning at 10 a.m. You heard Ted mention that. Get the latest weather alerts and advisories in the WMTW News 8 app. You're also going to find the latest information about road closures or anything else that the conditions may affect.
It's 5:33. Today is the first day back after April vacation for students at Lake Region Middle School in Naples. It's a somber return since science teacher Adam Perron was killed in a crash in Casco over the break. Students will wear blue. That was Perron's favorite color in his memory today. A celebration of life was held for the teacher over the weekend. The family is asking for donations to the Adam Perron Scholarship Fund.
Happening today, the city of Portland could be joining a growing list of cities and states banning travel to areas due to what some consider discriminatory laws. News 8's Norm Carcos is live at City Hall in Portland, where officials are expected to introduce their plan. Good morning, Norm.
That's right. Good morning to you, Megan and Christina. Portland Mayor Ethan Strimling will indeed introduce the city's plan to restrict travel to states where he says the legislation discriminates against the gay and transsexual communities. A ban would include places such as the states of North Carolina and Mississippi, two states which now have laws removing civil rights protections for those communities, making it legal to refuse services based on religious objections. Strimling's plan recommends the city not spend public money on non-essential travel where those those laws are in place. Right now, most city councilors have already backed Strimling's proposal, and we, of course, will have much more of this today and this evening as these proceedings continue. Tonight on News 8 at 5 and 6, and, of course, our News 8 mobile app as well. Live here in Portland this morning, Norm Carcos, WMTW News 8.
Norm, thank you. A man from northern Maine is expected to be in court today after police say he randomly shot 3 people on Sunday morning. Duxbury, Massachusetts police say Lucas McPherson not only shot the 3 people, but lunged at police with a hunting knife. Once in custody, police say he attacked 2 more officers. Early on Sunday, a man showed up to the Duxbury fire station claiming he'd been shot while driving. But that was only the beginning. McPherson allegedly shot and missed a second driver, then shot a homeowner who was letting his dog out. That's where police caught up with him.
The individual then turned, lunged with a knife, and that's when the officer deployed the taser. And it took 2 deployments and then still quite a bit of a struggle to get this individual under control.
McPherson did undergo a mental health evaluation after his arrest. Police say he does not have a significant criminal history. He faces several charges, including 3 counts of attempted murder.
A Conway, New Hampshire man behind bars this morning after allegedly stealing money from a Freiburg gas station. Police say John Chilifo took the money from a cash register and ran off after a store clerk refused to hand it over. Chilifo was tracked down and taken into custody at his North Conway home. He's charged with felony robbery and is currently awaiting extradition to Maine.
This morning, President Obama is expected to announce the U.S. will send more troops to help fight ISIS in Syria. That announcement is actually happening right now. And you're taking a live look at his speech in Germany this morning. The president expected to say 250 special force troops will head to Syria. The move significantly increases the U.S. presence in Syria and comes after the Pentagon announced the deployment of a similar number of troops to Iraq, where Islamic State militants also control that territory.
In Commitment 2016, teaming up. In a rare move, the Cruz and Kasich campaigns are joining forces to prevent Donald Trump from the delegates he needs for the nomination. WMTW News 8's Nicole Killian is in Washington with more on this campaign cooperation.
Megan, Donald Trump is lashing out at both campaigns, calling them mathematically dead and desperate.
In a unique campaign collaboration,
the primary has done the job it's supposed to do. It has narrowed the field.
Ted Cruz and John Kasich have become strange bedfellows.
I think we can bring people together and raise this country.
Both appeared in a town hall on Fox News Channel before announcing that they will now align to stop Donald Trump. In similar statements, the Kasich campaign said it will give Cruz a clear path in Indiana next month, while the Cruz campaign said in turn it would clear the path for Governor Kasich to compete in Oregon and New Mexico. Donald Trump took to Twitter, unleashing a fierce response, writing, quote, "Wow, just announced that Lyin' Ted and Kasich are going to collude in order to keep me from getting the Republican nomination. Desperation." His comments come after headlining a rally in Hagerstown, Maryland, one of 5 states that votes Tuesday.
Boy, these delegates, I think I want to become a delegate. No, it's a crooked game, folks. It's a rigged system, believe me.
Trump's social media manager is also getting in on the action, releasing a new video of Trump and saying Cruz and Kasich will fail. In Washington, Nicole Killian, WMTW News 8.
And the race for the White House brings us to today's question of the day. If Cruz, Kasich, and Sanders don't do well in Tuesday's primaries, should they drop out or should they continue to the convention? You can join the conversation that's happening on Facebook or on Twitter. Remember, use the hashtag WMTWQOD. With 5 contests tomorrow, stay with WMTW News 8 for all the latest information. Download the News 8 app free in iTunes or Google Play and turn your push notifications on so you can get the results right as they come into our newsroom.
5:38, and right now Governor Paul LePage finding himself in national headlines once again for several off-color remarks he made at Maine's GOP convention over the weekend. The governor said foreign workers were hard to understand, adding workers from India are, quote, the worst ones. Several local officials already responding to the governor's comments, including a former Bangor city councilor who took office in 2010. That's the same year as Governor LePage.
But this certainly crossed the line for folks that were completely unprovoked, just trying to earn a living in our modern economy and perhaps make a home in our state.
Some leaders also criticized LePage for making a crude joke about President Obama, saying Obama stands for, quote, one big blank mistake America. LePage has been elected as a delegate for Donald Trump.
Maine Congressman Bruce Poliquin will join his New Hampshire colleagues to discuss the nation's growing heroin epidemic. Poliquin and the bipartisan Congressional Heroin Task Force will meet in Manchester, New Hampshire today to discuss efforts in fighting heroin in New England. This task force will also announce 15 bills to help fight the heroin crisis. The meeting begins at 9 o'clock this morning. Still ahead on Maine's Total Weather and News, new information about the 8 family members found dead in rural Ohio. The new details about where they were found and what investigators are expecting today.
Plus, an investigation now ongoing into a deadly church altercation in Pennsylvania. The alleged killer not behind bars this morning.
And here's a look at our total weather spotters. Up early with this morning, you can see there's a couple of chilly spots there. We're looking at 27 with Paul reporting in. We're also with South Windham 27. Winthrop in at 36, as well as Durham and Mirror Point. We're going to warm up today, a mild day, but then we're going to be tracking some snow tomorrow. Yeah, you heard that right. I have all the details right after the break.